Welcome to the Business English Hub, the podcast designed to level up your English and advance your career. I'm Chris.
And I'm Eve. It's great to have you with us. Today, we're diving into a topic that can make a huge difference in how fluently and naturally you communicate in the workplace: business idioms.
That's right, Eve. We've got a fantastic episode planned, titled 40 Business Idioms You Must Know. Now, we won't throw all 40 at you at once, of course. We've structured them into 4 levels, from essential phrases to more advanced ones.
Exactly. For each idiom, we'll give you the definition, some contextual examples, and even act out mini dialogues so you can hear how they're used in real conversations. We'll also provide some pronunciation tips to help you sound confident.
And we'll include some interactive exercises for you, our listeners, to practice along the way. Ready to get started?
Let's do it. We're starting with level 1, essential idioms. These are the absolute must-knows you'll hear in meetings and emails almost every day. First up, we have on the same page.
A classic. On the same page simply means to have a shared understanding or to be in agreement about something. For example, a manager might say, before we present this to the client, let's make sure we're all on the same page about the key talking points.
Let's do a quick role play. I'll be Sarah, a project manager, and Chris, you can be David, a developer.
Ready?
Okay, David, so my understanding is that the feature needs to be live by Wednesday.
That's correct. We'll deploy it Wednesday morning. It's good we're on the same page.
Perfect. Now, a tip for pronunciation: notice how the words on and the can link together smoothly on the. Try it on the same page. Now, for our listeners, your turn. Pause and create a sentence using this idiom relevant to your own work.
Great. Next idiom in level 1 is get the ball rolling. This means to start something, usually a project or a process. You might hear someone say, right, everyone's here. Let's get the ball rolling on this meeting.
Exactly. It creates a sense of action. Role play time again. This time, we're 2 colleagues brainstorming.
This new marketing campaign is a big task. Where should we even start?
Let's just start by listing some initial ideas. We need to get the ball rolling somehow.
Good point. For our listeners, when was the last time you needed to get the ball rolling on a project? Think about it.
Okay, moving on. Our next essential idiom is by the book. This means following rules or procedures exactly. For example, the accountant does everything by the book, so you know the finances are in order. Okay, third on our level 1 list, keep me in the loop. This is a very common way to ask someone to keep you informed and updated about a situation. For instance, I can't make the meeting, but please keep me in the loop on any decisions.
Right. It's much more natural than saying, please inform me of all progress. Let's demonstrate. Imagine a manager talking to their team member.
I'll be working from home tomorrow, but I'll be online.
No problem. Just keep me in the loop if you hear back from the client.
Will do. Now, listeners, who do you need to keep in the loop this week?
And the final idiom for level 1 is go the extra mile. This means to do more than what is expected of you. It's about putting in extra effort. A great phrase for performance reviews. For example, she always goes the extra mile to make sure her clients are happy.
It really shows dedication. Let's do a final level 1 role play. 2 colleagues are discussing a teammate's work.
Did you see the report Tom prepared? It had so much detail.
I know, he didn't have to include that competitor analysis, but he always goes the extra mile.
It's impressive. And that wraps up level 1. You've just learned 4 of the most essential idioms in business English. How are you feeling, Eve?
Feeling great and ready for level 2, meeting and planning idioms. These are perfect for when you're brainstorming or developing strategies. Our first one is think outside the box.
A personal favorite. It means to think creatively, unconventionally, and from a new perspective. If you're stuck on a problem, your manager might say, we've tried the usual solutions. We need to think outside the box on this one.
Right, it encourages innovation. Let's imagine a team leader trying to motivate their team.
Okay, team, our sales are flat. I don't want the same old ideas. I want you to really think outside the box.
How about a viral video campaign instead of just print ads?
Now you're talking. That's thinking outside the box. Listeners, what's one area at work where you could think outside the box?
Next up, the opposite of progress, back to the drawing board. This means you have to start a project or plan over again because it failed. For example, the client rejected our proposal, so it's back to the drawing board.
It's a frustrating situation, but a very useful idiom. Here's how it might sound.
Our initial user tests for the app were terrible. Nobody understood the main feature.
Well, better to know now than after launch. It sounds like we're back to the drawing board on the user interface.
Unfortunately, yes. For our listeners, can you think of a time you had to go back to the drawing board?
Our third idiom for level 2 is bring something to the table. This refers to the skills, experience, or benefits that someone can offer to a group or project. For example, in her job interview, she clearly explained what she could bring to the table.
That's a great one. It's all about contribution. Let's role-play a team formation discussion.
For this new project, we need a strong team. What does Mark bring to the table?
Mark has 10 years of experience in data analysis. He brings a lot of expertise to the table.
Perfect. He's on the team. Your turn, listeners. What unique skill do you bring to the table at your job?
And our final idiom in this section is a ballpark figure. A ballpark figure is a rough estimate or an approximate number. It's not exact. For instance, I don't need the exact cost, just give me a ballpark figure for the new website.
Very useful when you're in the early stages of planning. Let's hear it in a conversation.
How many people do you think will attend the conference?
It's hard to say for sure at this point, but a ballpark figure would be around 200.
Great, that helps. And that's the end of level 2. We're halfway there, Chris.
Time flies when you're mastering idioms. Let's move on to level 3. Negotiation and strategy idioms. These are fantastic for discussions, debates, and making deals. First up, see eye to eye.
If you see eye to eye with someone, it means you agree with them. It's often used in the negative, as in, my boss and I don't always see eye to eye on strategy, but we respect each other's opinions.
Let's listen to a negotiation scenario.
The marketing department wants a bigger budget, but finance is pushing back.
Yes, it seems they don't see eye to eye on spending priorities. We'll need a meeting to resolve it.
Good idea. Now for our listeners, is there a colleague you always see eye to eye with?
Next, we have a stronger one. Play hardball. This means to act strong and ruthlessly in a negotiation to get what you want. For example, the supplier refused to lower their price, so we had to play hardball and threaten to find a new partner.
It's a very direct and aggressive tactic. Let's hear it.
I offered them a fair price for the company, but they rejected it.
So what's your next move? Are you going to play hardball?
I might have to. It's my final offer.
A tricky situation. Listeners, is playing hardball a common tactic in your industry?
On a more positive note, our third idiom is no strings attached. If something comes with no strings attached, it means it's a genuine offer with no hidden conditions or requirements. For example, they offered us a free consultation with no strings attached.
Everyone loves a deal with no strings attached. Here's a mini dialogue.
Is this free trial really free? Or do I have to enter my credit card details?
No, it's a 14-day trial, completely free, no strings attached.
Excellent. And our last idiom for level 3. Cut to the chase. This means to get to the important part of something without wasting time on details. A very direct phrase. We don't have much time, so let's cut to the chase. What's the main problem?
Yes, it's perfect for when you need to be efficient. Imagine a very busy manager starting a meeting.
Good morning, everyone. I know you're all busy, so I'm going to cut to the chase. The monthly figures are in, and we need to discuss them.
Very effective. And that concludes level 3. Are you ready for the final challenge, Chris?
Absolutely. Let's dive into level 4, advanced and nuanced idioms. These will make you sound like a true native speaker. First, we have the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room is a major, obvious problem or controversial issue that everyone is aware of, but no one wants to discuss. For example, we all sat in the meeting, but no one wanted to address the elephant in the room, the upcoming layoffs.
It takes courage to address it. Let's see how that sounds.
All right, before we continue, I think we need to address the elephant in the room. Why did our biggest client cancel their contract?
A tough but necessary question. For our listeners, have you ever had to address the elephant in the room in a meeting?
Next is move the goalposts. This means to unfairly change the rules or conditions of a procedure or activity while it is still in progress. For example, we were about to sign the contract, but then they moved the goalposts and asked for a higher price.
It's a very frustrating tactic to be on the receiving end of. Let's hear a complaint about it.
I thought I just had to finish the report to get my bonus.
They moved the goalposts. Now they're saying you also have to secure 2 new clients. It's not fair.
Definitely not. Now, third on our advanced list, get our ducks in a row. This is a lovely visual idiom, which means to get organised and prepared for something. Before we launch the product, we need to get all our ducks in a row.
It implies careful planning and coordination. Here's how you might use it before a big event.
The audit is next week. Are we ready?
Almost. I'm spending today getting our ducks in a row, making sure all the paperwork is in order.
Excellent. And for our final idiom of the day, Chris?
The final one is a bitter pill to swallow. This refers to an unpleasant fact or situation that has to be accepted. For instance, losing the contract to our main competitor was a bitter pill to swallow.
It describes that feeling of disappointment perfectly. Let's hear it in a final dialogue.
So, he got the promotion instead of me.
I know, after all your hard work, that must be a bitter pill to swallow.
And that's it. We've covered 16 powerful business idioms across 4 different levels, from getting the ball rolling to swallowing a bitter pill.
Well done to all our listeners for sticking with us. Remember, the key to mastering idioms is not just knowing what they mean, but actively using them. Try to use 1 or 2 of these in your conversations this week.
That's the best way to make them part of your active vocabulary. We hope you found this episode helpful for advancing your career.
Join us next time on the Business English Hub for more tips and strategies to help you succeed. Until then, I'm Eve.
And I'm Chris. Thanks for listening, and keep leveling up.